Good evening, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Good to have you on the call. Katerina, Dranka, can you hear me? Let me know, just in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. Yes, awesome, Barbara, thank you. So tell me where you're joining us from. We have over 124 people joining us from all over the world. That's amazing. Tell us what city you're joining us from. Where in the world are you joining us from? It's good to see you all. I will put my screen on, put my camera on so you can see me. You should be able to see me now. You can see me, you can hear me, yes? Slovenia, Finland, I love it, I love it, I love it. Vienna, Ljubljana, lovely. Maribor, Croatia. Where else do we have? From France, Zagreb, Estonia, very nice. You should be able to see me and hear me. There we go. From Hungary, Sia Hodvaj. Sweden, so like from Sweden, Munich, Czech Republic, Budapest, very nice. Germany, lovely. Good, good, good. Who else do we have? Johanna, Gothenburg. Oh, Gothenburg is so pretty. It's quite close to a little place that I visited before called Unsala. Very nice. I think I told you guys that. Yes, my company is got a Swedish name. My company's got a Swedish name. Slovenia, Vienna, Petra, Laura, Slovenia, very nice. We've just been to beautiful Slovenia just the other day. Zagreb. Tell me where you're joining me from. Cool. So what's the time now? It's 3 minutes past. I love that you guys were all on time, early, present, brilliant. Anders, who else do we have? Who else? Sofia, Portugal. My wife's maiden name is Dugaveia. So there's Portuguese in my family. From Madeira. Very nice. On time, Paris. Hey, awesome. So, just to confirm, you can all see me, you can hear me. Renata, just give me a thumbs up. I mean, just give me in the chat. Just make sure I'm seen and I'm heard. Renata, just give me a Marcel from Finland. Nice to have you from Finland. Yes, you can see me and hear me. Okay, awesome. Yes and yes. Good to see you, Barbara. Nice to see you, Anna. Hey, good. So thank you so much for playing along. We're going to be doing a few more chats in a moment. So Romania, lovely. Renata, thank you. So we're going to get going now, which means you're going to lose the camera with me. You won't see me, but you will see my screen. I'm going to share my screen with you all now, and we'll go through a few slideshows and we're ready to learn, right? Couple things. I mean, I could do this for you guys. I don't know. Yeah, I can do this for you like this. Let's do this like this. So a couple things I want to run through with you tonight is, listen, the reason we do review is that we can really ingrain everything at a cellular level, right? Ingrain everything at a cellular level. What I want you to do for me, please, is make sure you have a pen and paper or your journal or your notebook from the Million Mind Intensive or a blank piece of paper, whatever it is. Also, please turn your computer speakers up nice and loud. Make sure you turn your chat. Make sure you turn off your chat on Facebook and all things like that. Give yourself the gift to be present. And that's it, I think. That's it. Get rid of all distractions. And let's get going. Awesome. Before we get going, what I'd like you to do for me, please, you can all see me. You know, I truly believe, we've said many times, that the secret to success is to show up. The secret to success is show up. And you could be a million other places tonight. There are a million other people in a million other places. There's things to do. There's family to look after. There's food to make for the family. You're tired. You've had a long day. All the excuses in the world, but yet you're on this webinar, which means that what tells me is that you're committed. That you want to really ingrain these things. So do me a favor. Put your arm up in the sky and pat yourself on the back. And say, I am awesome for showing up. Do that for me, please. Pat yourself on the back. Say out loud, I'm awesome for showing up. Good job. So well done. So let's get going. And I'm going to turn that off. Good job. I'm going to share my screen with you all. So it should do the entire, oh, here you go. Share my entire screen. Share, if I share my entire screen with you, you should all see that. So Renata, actually, if you don't do me a favor, just let me know in WhatsApp if you can. When I go live now, I lose my chat. So I've got a team on here to help me. So you should be able to see that. So I'm going to go into presenter mode. So Renata, okay, good. Okay, great. So Renata, just let me know in WhatsApp if you can you see my screen? You can hear me. All good. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Katja. Okay, good. Are you ready to get going? Pen, paper out, peak learning condition, and let's get going. So we're going to go through this really, really quickly, but we're going to do as much as we can. I don't want to keep you guys too long tonight because I know that you've all got a million other places to be. So let's get going. And let's ask me the first question. The first question I'm going to ask you is, where does money come from? Now, if you remember at Million Intensive, I or somebody else, if I wasn't your assistant trainer, somebody else would have said that you had some homework in the breaks. And the homework was to what? Meet at least one person, because where does money come from? Listen, if you don't like to go talk to people, you don't like to get out there, if you don't like to get out of your comfort zone, you can have a tough time making money. The reality of the situation is that money comes from other people. Write that down. Money comes from other people. And you might be thinking, oh, it's really simple, right? Well, sometimes you need a reminder of the simple things. So next one is, what is the definition of financial freedom that we went through? We said that the definition of financial freedom is not being a millionaire or billionaire. The definition of financial freedom is the ability to live the lifestyle you desire without having to, W stands for work, or rely on anybody else for money. So that's the our definition of financial freedom. Because I tell you, when you get to a point in your life where you're not relying on big contracts from other people or jobs or other things like that, it's you in control of your own destiny. It really is freedom. I could, if I really wanted to generate more money, like tonight, I've got the skill set to do that. I've got the skill set to put myself online to do those type of things, obviously not in here now, I'm talking about in other environments. It's freedom to be able to do that. And that's why often a lot of the programs we offer at Million Mind Intensive allow that for you. You are self-sufficient. You can create the life of your dreams. Pretty cool, right? Next one is, what is the objective of money? The objective of money is, the objective of the money game is to earn enough what? Passive income to pay for your desired lifestyle. Remember that the objective of the money game, that's simply what it is. To earn enough passive income to pay for your desired lifestyle. Now, that does not mean you have to be a millionaire to do that. It simply means that you need enough money coming in. At the end of the day, you do not have to work to pay for all your expenses. Pretty cool, right? So what are the 5 ways you can speed up your journey towards financial freedom? Now, these are specific ways to make money. Write these down. Very important. Most people never understand this. First, you have what's up the income. W is working income. Next, you have savings. Next type of income you have is I for investment income. Number 4 is for our favorite. Remember, I like to see a sea of gold, because gold is the color of... Good job. I hope you're doing your declarations. I hope you're doing your declarations. Passive income, number 4. And number 5, and often the thing that speeds up the whole process more than anything, is a lot of people would be financially free already if all they did was stop living to their absolutely spending everything they had to make, or they are making. So number 5 is, and probably one of the fastest ways to speed up your way towards health, is simplify. Let me go through those again. Number 1 is working income. Number 2 is savings. Number 3 is investment income. Number 4 is passive income. Number 5 is simplify. That is the fastest way to speed up your journey towards financial freedom. So one of those that's really probably the most important is to simplify. I've already said that for you. So important. If some people just stop spending as much, maybe didn't take on as many expenses, they would already be there, a lot of you. So if you want to be rich, what do you have to do? You have to do what rich people do. Remember, that's why we said you have a play jar. Because you need to be able to act, behave, and how many of you ever heard of the saying, you need to fake it till you make it. So the idea of having the way of being is because then what happens is that you start to believe in your soul, in your spirit, that you are rich when you start doing what rich people do. Maybe with your play jar going and not looking at the menu prices, maybe going for a massage, maybe hiring that super yacht for 4.5 minutes with your play jar. But hey, it's going to feel damn good. You're going to feel like a billionaire, right? So that's what the play jar is there for, is to practice being what rich people be, to practice doing what rich people do. Okay, so what are rich people already good at? Now, remember, there was a book from Stage we spoke about, and in this case, it's spoken about in The Secrets of Millionaire Mind. But there was another book. There was another book on Stage. The book was called, I don't know if you remember, the lead trainer, wherever you did in the world, spoke about a book called The Millionaire Next Door. And what he did was he analyzed the richest people on the planet, and what he found was they were all really, really, really good at one thing. They were really good at managing your money. Now, be honest, be honest. How many of you have implemented your JAR system in any way, shape, or form? I want to just say this, is that done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. So, you know, I heard a very liberating saying once that's helped me many times in business, and it is that if it's important to be done, so the worst saying I've ever heard in business and management and all those type of things is if it's important, if you can't do it properly, don't do it at all. That's the worst saying I've ever heard in my life, because nothing will get done in business if that was the way it is. What you should be living by is if it's important, it needs to be done, even if it's done badly at first. And I know that's going to send shivers up a lot of my perfectionist spines. But the idea that if it's important, it needs to be done, whether it's done well or not in the beginning. Because most of the time, doing it badly is better than what you're currently doing, which is zippo and zilch, nothing, nada. A lot of time, people are not doing this at all. So they're pretty tough on themselves for not implement for you know that you have to do this. To do this, you have to do this properly. That's absolutely not true. You need to start somewhere. Okay, so start managing your money. Next slide is what 2 things are the financial freedom account used for. Now, remember, the financial freedom account we said is our golden goose. Do we ever kill our golden goose? Never. We never kill our golden goose, right? We never kill our golden goose. So we always want to be protecting our golden goose. So when I say don't kill our golden goose, essentially I'm saying don't spend your golden goose. But what should you use it for? 2 types of things. One is investment income, which give you dividends like stocks, shares, trades, or property or real estate. Number 2 is passive, which is my personal favorite at this point in my career, which is passive business income structures, which give you dividends. Now, in the beginning, most businesses are active. But if you have proper structure, proper systems that you learn in Guerrilla Business Intensive, that you learn Never Work Again, this is what I've done in one of my businesses, right? So one of my businesses is pretty passive. You know, I went on 8 weeks holiday last year, or 8 weeks out of the country, and the business did records while I was away. How many of you would love that? Now, I wasn't born knowing how to do that. I'm not skilled or talented or have some golden touch. No, I learned that stuff. I learned that stuff at Guerrilla Business Intensive. I learned that stuff. Okay, which means if I can learn it, I want you to point at the screen and say, if he can do it, I can do it. Because that's the truth. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do it, right? So that's what I use my FFA for. That way you live with the golden eggs and you never kill the golden goose. You never kill the golden goose. Next slide. What are the two reasons people don't get what they want in life? Now, remember, the number one reason the first reason that people don't get what they want in life is because they do not know what they want. That is why you have things like journals. How many of you doing your 90-day workbook in the morning? You put there what your FFA is, all those type of things. You are trying to get your mind to focus on the thing that you want, because it's like a heat-seeking missile. Everybody understand this, or say this out loud. You become what you think about mostly. 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 You attract what you think about mostly. Some of you need to be careful what you're thinking about. Okay, me included at times, right? So that's why you have to hang around the right people. That's why you have to be in the right environments. The single biggest determinant whether you succeed going forward is your peer group. Tony Robbins often says that you're the direct reflection of your direct reflection of the expectations of your peer group. You're the direct reflection of the expectations of your peer group. So the first reason people don't get what they want is because they do not know what they want in life. The next reason people don't get what they want in life is because they don't know why they want it. Now, we always have a saying that the bigger the why, the smaller the how. Meaning, when the times get tough, if your why is big, so my why, one of my whys, is I never want my wife and my daughter to go through what I went through as a child. We were bankrupt twice. So when I've got a late night or like tonight, I teach in many different spheres. So I have a personal mentorship group, a high-end mentorship group for practice owners all over the world, and we've got a webinar tonight after this, right? So that's late. But I tell you this is that I'd rather do that any day of the week than have my children go what I went through. So that's my why when I'm a little bit tired, etc. So the reason that people don't know what they want in life is because A, they don't know what they want in life. So fuzzy targets don't get hit. Fuzzy targets don't get hit. So when you have a clear target and you know what you want, then you've got a lot better chance of hitting it, right? Next is why you want it. Huge, huge, huge. Next slide is, we live in 4 worlds, remember? Only one of the worlds is our outer world. Everything else, everything that is visible to you is only one of the worlds. So one of the worlds, remember? We spoke about how we live in an emotional world, a spiritual world, all those type of worlds, and only one is our outer world. So the realization is that everything else is our inner world, and you can't see that. So complete the sentence for me. Nothing happens in my outer world unless it first happens in what world? Our inner world. When you really truly understand that, it really holds you accountable for the thoughts you think, for the way that you live. Now, I'm not saying you certainly are you're gonna fail a lot of the times at this, because that's the human nature. Human nature is that our minds. Listen. I want you guys to understand this. Is weeds in a garden don't grow when they are planted. Think about, and that's like thoughts in our minds. So bad thoughts don't have to be planted to grow in your mind. Your mind is exactly like a garden. In a garden, weeds grow out of neglect, not from planting the bad things. Let that sink in for a second. It's weeds grow when you're not planting the good stuff in the mind. So when you're not coming to Million Mind Intensive, when you're not reading the right books, when you're not joined in, let's say, Quantum Leap, when you're not engaged in other programs where your mind is nurtured with good seeds. Remember that. Bad thoughts, bad processes are exactly like weeds in a garden. They grow out of neglect, not because they planted there. So you have to plant good things in the mind. You have to tend to your mind like you would to a garden. Think about that for a second. Weeds do not grow when they're planted. They grow when nothing is done in the garden. Think about that. Next, your money zone or outer world is directly proportional to what? Your comfort zone. Honestly, in my life, every time I feel pretty uncomfortable, I know I'm growing and I really look forward to it. Sometimes I might not want that uncomfort. You ask the universe for something, you ask God for something, you write down your declarations, you ask whatever you believe in, and you go for that thing, and then one day it happens. You're like, wow, this is happening. But I promise you it feels a bit uncomfortable sometimes, because sometimes that thing might just push you, that you were hoping for, might put you out of your comfort zone. So remember that when you get the thing that you want, because a lot of you are going to do that, you're going to get the thing that you want, and sometimes you can go, oh my word, did I really want this? Because it's a little uncomfortable. I always say this, a lot of people want to be Richard Branson from a entrepreneurial background. If you ask anyone who the poster child for serial entrepreneurship is, Richard Branson's name would often come up. But let me tell you this, I don't know if you know this, but Richard Branson at any one time is a multi-billionaire. At any one time he's got over 100 lawsuits against him, over 100 people suing him. Now, if you want to play the billionaire game, that's sometimes part of it. I'm not saying it has to go with it, but that's a big game, right? So sometimes people want something, but the comfort zone that they realize they have to go to get there maybe is sometimes a bit uncomfortable with them. So it could be very easy for Richard Branson to shrink away from a billionaire because he'd rather not have any legal battles to deal with. But that comes with the billionaire game. So how many of you understand right now that if you had over 100 people at any one time, it would be a little bit overwhelming, right? But for Richard, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what's happening because his comfort zone is so big now. Hope that makes sense. So the process of manifestation was really, really easy and simple, but in reality, it's a little bit less simple to facilitate in your life. The first one is our thoughts, write that down, lead to our feelings, which lead to our actions, which leads to our results. So our thoughts lead to our feelings, which leads to our actions, which leads to our results. And if you can live by that in your life, you'll go very far. You'll go very, very far and understand. Now, sometimes you can't always immediately control those thoughts because we are creatures of habit. And what happens with time is you just get better at how long you have an emotional reaction to something for instance. So if you surround yourself with the right thoughts, you'll have the right feelings and then the right results. So what do you have to do if you want to change or improve your results? Number one, you have to, this is not the only thing, but this has been clearly shown to change your emotional state and to bring into your life more of the stuff you want. And D stands for declarations. So let me ask you a question. Are you doing your declarations in the morning? You know, I did that workbook. I think some of you might have been in the room when I told you this. I did that workbook twice. That's 180 days. That's 6 months. I did that workbook every single morning. Because I know that I had some bad habits when I first came to Million Mountains. I still have bad habits. We all do. This is why I have to make sure I'm surrounded by the right people. But I did it for 6 months, not 3 months. So it's so important. Declarations. Also, remember, how many of you remember your success song? Success song. Sounds silly, right? But remember, the mind grows weeds when it's not tended to. So if you're planting good stuff into the mind, there's less weeds that grow. And the last one is your VAX. Do you guys remember your VAX? Your visual, your auditory, your kinesthetic, and spiritual. Your visual, your auditory, where you did your ears. Your kinesthetic, where you did the figure 8. Sorry, your kinesthetic, where you did the legs, the crossing of the legs. And your spiritual, where you put your hand in your heart. So declarations, success signs, VAX, very, very, very important. You're working left and right side of the brain. Again, I didn't do that workbook once. I did that workbook twice. That's how I knew how certain I was the stuff was going to work. And did it work? It absolutely worked. It changed my life. It absolutely changed my life. So here's the thing. One of the things that we see in the real world is the real world. How many of you found this? You finished the Million Mind Intensive. How many of you had a great feeling Sunday night? You couldn't even sleep. I know you were tired, but hell, it was amazing to be around those people, right? The energy was fantastic. The feeling you had was fantastic, of optimism and all those type of things. And you went home sometimes by a well-meaning family member or by someone next day at work who made a snotty comment and said, hey, are you a millionaire yet? And here's the thing. How many realize that the world out there is pretty negative, yes? That it sometimes won't try be your biggest fans and help fan your fires. So here's the thing. You have to understand that if you don't celebrate your wins, nobody will. So that's why it's so important to celebrate every success from now on. We have a rule or core value in my business, that is, we celebrate each other's wins. We celebrate each other's wins. So what I want you to do now is in where you typed your name and everything, I want you to write down just write down at least one win you've had since Million Mind Intensive. I don't care how big or how small it is. If you woke up this morning and you drove to work and every single traffic light was green, that's a win. And if you can't find a win, then you're being way too hard on yourself. So give me some wins. Give me some wins. I'm going to go out of that so I can see. Give me some wins. Your personal wins. I want to know your personal wins. Your personal wins. Let me quickly hear you so you can see me. Let me see. Type into the chat. What wins did you have since the Million Mind Intensive? What wins did you have? Woo! I signed a contract for new offers. Awesome, Tanya. I got a $1 million deal signed. Dudes. Ma'am, lady, whoever you are, that's incredible. Who's that? Let me see the name. Oh, Gupta, Somal, that's amazing, amazing. I'm good mood every day, amazing. Learned cryptocurrency, amazing. I handstand for 1 minute 38 seconds. Samuel, don't make me try to catch up with you here. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be tempted. Good job. I'm buying a house. Awesome. I got a new job. Awesome. Remade your shoes. Awesome. I made my 6 jars. Woohoo. And filled them up. I got a perfect parking spot. I love it. I love it. Don't you love to get a perfect parking spot? I got a new partner for a great project. Awesome. Sold my first flip in the UK. Woohoo. Awesome. Sold 6 months of coaching. Simon, you rock. Let's have a look. New clients, passed exam, start my own business, Virginia, I had a new team in Brussels, Otmar, awesome. Started creating my writing class, self-organized self-esteem camp, that's amazing, Reka. I teach my family how to receive, very nice. I have a new office. Start a new project, Barbara. Successful habits, a great job. New passive income stream, awesome, Petra. My sales increase, Sophia, awesome. Started a mastermind group, you rock, Mario. I can better manage my money, Virginia, very nice. New contract, Denisa. Rika. Celebrate together. Very nice. Give me some more wins. Give me some more wins. Give me some more wins. Come on. Give me some more wins. Got a new broker. New passive income. Garda. I create a logo for my business. I've met more people who share my vision. Written declarations on the wall. Jars. Got my first speaking gig. Yeah, Jenny. Awesome. Sold my first handmade something. It's very nice. What? Firat, opened 2 restaurants. Awesome. Going to more personal development. I hope that's more Million Mind. I hope there's more TLWECA stuff, my friend. Only kidding. All of them are great. I manage my money better and receive my first business loan. Well done. Receiving your first money loan is always a big thing. Money's flowing. I'm a better receiver. Morning ritual is even stronger. Awesome. Hey, listen. Good job. I'm super proud of you. I talk in front of 4,000 people. That's amazing. Listen, do me a favor. Pat yourself on the back with both hands and just say, I'm awesome, I'm awesome, I'm awesome. Then rub yourself in the chest and say it feels good. Say, I'm awesome, I'm awesome, I'm awesome, I'm awesome. Say, I'm awesome. Well done, everyone. That's amazing. That's amazing. So let's get back to it. I'm really, really proud of you guys. It's it's great stuff, great wins. And I hope you realize the big change that happened. Sometimes we don't take stock. I hope we don't take stock of all the good things happening in our life, right? So let's finish up. Let's go back to our, let's go back. Okay. So you should see my screen. You should see my screen. Cool. So you've written some wins, yes? Amazing. Let's go to some other thing or similar topic. Is what are the 3 biggest strengths that will help you reach your financial goals? Now, you already said your wins. But now I want you to write down, maybe write down the chat again. Write down the chat again. What's at least one of your strengths? What are you great at? Remember, what are you great at that helps you? Let me just turn that off, that on. What are you great at that are going to help you win? Right? So for me, I know that I've got great energy. I'm a driver. I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. That are my strengths, right? I've got great energy and I'm a great leader. That's my strengths. What are some of your strengths? Remember, you did your tables. Remember, you did your table and we taught you how you should know your strengths. So good, Barbara. You're great at motivating people. Your energy. Good job. Being positive, Anya. Barbara, great at motivating people. Another great, my strength is I'm a great visionary. I've got great ideas. Pilva, I inspire others. Creativity. Intuition, nice. Denisa, self-confidence. Yes, please. Anna, you're great at that. They have win-win deals. That is so important. Gerda, managing your energy. Very nice. Positive mind, never give up. Proud mother of 4, Natasha. Dedicated. Who's that? Miriam. Very good. Andreas, never give up. Alexandra, you are, where are you, Alexandra? Creativity, Gerda, great humor. Positive person. Great leader. Susanna, great energy. Virginia, I speak 4 languages. Oh my word, Virginia, I would love to be able to do that. It's amazing. Why are you good? What are you good? Good organizer. Katya, I'm stubborn in a good way, yes? I clean my, what else? I'm accountable. I'm hardworking. Remember, what are the things that you know that makes you successful? I know that I'm prepared to do what other people are not prepared to do to be successful. I also know that I'm prepared when everyone else, I just know I'm great at showing up. When everyone else has stopped showing up, I keep showing up. When everyone gets tired, I keep showing up. When everyone's like giving up, I keep showing up. I'm great at showing up. That's one of my superpowers. What's yours? I speak 3 languages. Authentic, innovative. Authentic's great. I know how to find potential in other people. Oh, that's amazing. Pulver, I am disciplined. I'm a great committer. Okay, great. You guys get the point, yes? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Loyal. Thank you so much for putting that stuff down. That was incredible, incredible. Well done. I'm great at showing up too, Barbara. Great. So let me share. We have a siren outside. Good job. I'm funny. Awesome. So you should be able to see my screen again. Let's go through that. Awesome. So also, I want you to write down what, remember I said big why, small how. Write down what's the #1 reason you're level 10 right now for having money. Don't write it in the chat, just write it for yourself. What's the #1 reason that's important for you to have money? Why do you think it's important to have money? Okay, what's your #1 reason? If you were a millionaire, why? Is it because you want to provide for your family? Is it because you want to have a charity? Is it because you want to go and live on an island somewhere? Or the charity stuff's all great, but don't forget to have some cool stuff in there too. Charity stuff's very important, but that's not the only reason you want to do that. I know people, some of the biggest givers in the world also have great lives with their families, right? So what's your number 10, your level 10 level? Write that down. Cool. So we also spoke about the reason that people don't get what they want because they don't know what they want. Okay. So what is your desired passive level income? Now remember, we wrote down in the Million Mind Intensive, we wrote down your level 1. We wrote down your level 1 financial freedom level. That meant that if you simplified your bare minimum expenses, your rent, your mortgage, whatever it is, and the bare essentials, what is that? What could you live off? And let's say you paid yourself a little bit of extra pocket money a month. If you paid yourself some money every single month to live off, and you, what would you need to just pay off your bare essentials to be financially free? For some of you, it's 2,000, sometimes 3,000, sometimes less, sometimes more. For you, maybe all your expenses are covered if you brought in passively 4,000 or 3,000. What is it per month that if at the bare essential you covered all your expenses? Write that down. What's the first level of financial income? That's very important to know, you know. I always say to people when they start a business plans are a little bit overrated in my opinion. But what I would highly recommend, the only reason you do a business plan is to get money from the bank, honestly. But what I would highly recommend is every single person that you're starting a business, you need to know your break-even number. I never understand how someone can open a business without knowing what's the minimum they need to sell of product or service to break even. That includes paying themselves. Like if you are selling water bottles or canisters, or you are selling kettles, I don't care what it is. Whatever you are selling in your business, what's the minimum number of units you need to move in your business to break even? 9 times out of 10, when I do that exercise with someone, it is lower than they think, which gives them a lot of peace of mind. If you started your business, you've got to know that number. What's your minimum break-even number? Cool. And then we spoke about the major reason that we want to create millionaires is because of your give jar. Your give jar. Remember what percentage goes in there? It's 5%. Some people do 10%, but 5%. And if you can't give money, you can give. The most precious commodity of all is time. Okay, we've done that. Okay, great. Now remember, we gave you a 90-day workbook. In life, now I'm going to ask you if you're doing it. Now I'm not going to ask you to comment anywhere. But I'm telling you now, if you're not doing your workbook, you are missing a great opportunity. You really need to do your workbooks. I reckon that changed my life just about more than anything. I did it twice. Now remember, in life, there's either 2 things. It's either reasons or results. There's no other, there's nothing else. It's either like I'm doing it or I've got a whole bunch of reasons and I'm blaming, justifying or denial. And I know that I care about you too much to let you blame, justify, or deny. So you know the reason I'm not doing it is because of anything after because doesn't matter. It's just an excuse. It's just an excuse. You know, so it's either reasons why or results, no in between. So I'm going to hold you accountable because that's what we do as coaches and leaders is to hold you accountable and say, you've got to do it, guys. You're going to change your life. Okay, so I really ask you nicely and from the bottom of my heart to do your best to do that workbook. Now, how many of you realize that if you're going to become a millionaire, you're probably going to have to own a business in some way, shape, or form. Now, we gave you a percentage. It doesn't mean there are millionaires that come from outside of this, but the vast majority of millionaires have their own business. The vast majority of millionaires have their own business. So what percentage would you think have made their money in business? Millionaires, 94% of them, write that down, 94% made their money in business in some way, shape, or form. Now that includes real estate. Most of the Forbes 100 rich has got real estate. Most of them have, but most of them have made their money in some type of business. So therefore, what you're probably going to have to do to ensure that you have $1 million or at least earn $1 million or become a millionaire is you're going to have to probably own a business. You're probably going to have to own a business. Now, that does not mean, and write this down, what I want you to do is, I want you to understand that whether you are working full-time now or not, is you can also have a part-time business or a side hustle. That's how some of my businesses started. I started a side hustle. All of a sudden, my side hustle was earning 5 grand, 10 grand, 20,000 a month. My side hustle, right? So there's no reason that you can't have a job and start another, and then all of a sudden you're going to go, whoa, my side hustle's earning more than the other job. So that's when you drop the one income for the other income. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you've got to do that before you got income. But most of the time, I recommend start a side hustle. If you think you don't have time to start a side hustle, then it's just got to be, the reason that you don't have time is because you don't have a big enough why. Because I can tell you this now, once the kids have gone to sleep, before the kids wake up, that's when success is really made. Because everyone has 9 to 5. But I tell you what, those people that commit later, earlier, weekends, like I always say to someone, when you start a business, you have to pretend that you don't have a life for at least 3 months. You don't have a life for 3 months. If you want to be successful, it's weekends, it's evenings, it's hard work. Now, I'm speaking to the converted on this call, or else you wouldn't have shown up to a Million Mind Intensive for 3 days away from your family. I'm speaking to the converted. The people on this call probably don't need to hear this message. You're already committed, or else you wouldn't have stayed up all night with us till 11 o'clock learning awesome stuff. So I hope that makes sense. You guys are awesome. So what is the function of a business? That is most important, but also the most neglected. Now, this is probably what I help businesses with the most, but one of my passions is, in my niche, is the area that most businesses don't spend enough time on, and what Guerrilla Business is amazing at teaching, is the marketing. Please write this down. Marketing is the fuel. Marketing is the fuel that helps your business burn and fire and go, and it's the fuel. If you don't have any wood, you don't have any petrol, you don't have any of those things, it's because you're not doing marketing. But let me ask you a question. Did they teach you how to do marketing at university? Even if you did a marketing degree, the answer is no, just about. In the real world. So where do you learn? You learn the School of Hard Knocks or Guerrilla Business or whatever it is, Tony Robbins events or whatever, but you've got to learn this stuff, okay? So I highly recommend you spend time learning marketing. They are great marketing guys. T. Harv Eker is an amazing marketer. That's why he was so successful. He was an amazing marketer. So I hope that makes sense. So what is the most efficient and effective, intelligent way to promote your business? I truly believe this. Nothing in the world comes close to this type of marketing. Nothing. Now, if you were there Saturday night, in Slovenia, it was the last thing I did in the evening. I taught you the secrets. The secrets of what? Doing a training or a seminar. Listen, I tell you this. There is nothing better than doing a training or a seminar. Absolutely nothing better than doing a training or a seminar. You can't, the bonding you have, the leverage you have. Write this down. Doing a training or seminar. If you are a consultant, if you're a speaker, if you are a coach, if you are a health professional, a dentist, doctor, if you're an accountant, if you're in any business, if you're in marketing, if you're in sales, if you're in network marketing, you have no choice but to attend Train the Trainer. I truly tell you that they're all amazing programs, but nothing will help you earn more money, help more people quicker than Train the Trainer. Nothing, in my humble opinion. Okay, and it truly changes my life. One of the things I'll tell you this, someone once taught me this, All great leaders are public speakers in some way, shape, or form. Now, that does not mean that all speakers are great leaders, but all great leaders are public speakers in some way, shape, or form. It's a prerequisite. So if you're on this call right now and you know you're a leader, you've got to do it. When I started doing it, I hated public speaking. I hated. I was terrible at it. But I knew that I wanted to be a leader. So I knew how to learn that skill. I hope that makes sense. Everybody say out loud, I'm a leader, I'm a leader, I'm a leader. Because you are a leader. You wouldn't be on this call. You wouldn't be on this call so late at night if you weren't a leader. So how many of you would love to earn a fortune teaching what you love? I promise you it's the best thing in the world. I can work so hard during the week, but if I'm doing a lot of teaching, oh man, it's amazing what I can do and how much I can do. So let me talk about the arrow break. Wow, what a cool experience, right? So what did the arrow break mean to you? I want you to remember what you were breaking through now. What were you breaking through on the arrow break? What were you breaking through? And remember, the whole idea of the arrow break is to act in spite of. That does not mean you're not going to have fear. You're going to have fear many times in your life. Many more times. Millionaire Mind Intensive doesn't take the fear away, but it certainly helps you understand that you have to act in spite of fear. So I'm going to take a few questions and then we're going to finish up in just a moment. But before we do, let me just quickly take a few questions, and I can see we have a few people already typing some questions. Let me just turn that off. There we go. So listen, I just want to say congratulations for being. I've still got a couple of things to finish up with. Oh, actually, I believe we have somebody on the call. I believe we have someone on the call who I've just seen now. Who's a quantum leaper. Yeah? So I'm just getting messages here from someone who's a quantum leaper, and her name is Karina. And she's doing this just because she wants to learn and grow. So Renata and Katya have been sending, I'm just looking at my messages, send me a message to say, Karina would, now I'm not sure how to do this, but I believe Karina can actually share with us a story about her quantum leap journey. How many of you would love to hear Karina's story? Give me your hands up, hand up. Let me see your hands. Awesome. Thank you. Good job. So here's the thing, Karina is going to share with us. So Karina, if you are on, I think Karina's story is amazing, by the way. Guest has joined the room. That's awesome. Let me see if I can do this, guys. Don't hold it again. There we go. Now, I think I can let her in. Karina's just joined as a guest. Firat, I'm going to ask you a good question, Firat. On this webinar is Renata and Katja, and they can help you with that question you have there. But Renata and Katja, if you just get hold of Firat privately, and she'll help with that. But let me just quickly. There we go. Karina, wait. Let me see. Now, let me see if I can hear you. How do I make you?
Hello.
Hey, Karina, how are you?
Hello. Awesome. I'm awesome for being here. And you are all awesome for being here. Hello. Nice meeting you.
That's cool. So, Karina, tell us, you have got a very cool story. So, where are you from originally? Where do you live?
Hello, I live in Romania, in the heart of Transylvania. It's a beautiful city of Cluj-Napoca. You are all invited when you want to come and visit Transylvania.
Yay, that's awesome. So now tell us your story. Yes, I think, Karina, you got a new haircut, yes?
No, it's just a new way of looking.
and Lenka was like, hey! So, okay, so let's do. So what I wanted to ask you a few questions. So you So you joined us. So you're from Romania, but you didn't do your Million Mind Intensive there. Where did you do your Million Mind Intensive?
No, it was. I mean, it was a miraculous journey. I did my first MMI. Really, it was miraculous. I did my MMI in Slovenia, in Ljubljana, last year, 5th of May 2018. So 10 months ago. And it was a really amazing experience. I mean, I thought there are stories, you know, like these things changes my life. And I heard a lot of stories about people and speakers. And I was telling to myself, really, come on. And I was like, I didn't believe it.
You were a little bit skeptical when you heard all the stories, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I also heard the stories of the trainers and speakers who said that something bad happened in their childhood and traumas and all kind of things like this. Yeah. And I was, come on, I'm a normal, ordinary woman with kids, 3 boys, yeah. And I have a decent home and a nice car and a job. And will I be successful without that, I don't know, awful story? So I was skeptical, but then something miraculous happened, and
so you were at Million Mind Intensive, and then even though you were skeptical, you decided to do Quantum Leap.
I decided to buy Never Work Again.
Yes.
And then I decided to buy Train the Trainer, and then Success Resources made the offer for the Quantum Leap. And I remember I was fighting with my husband, which is here. He's a Quantum Leaper too.
Yeah,
Emmanuel.
I recognize him.
We were fighting on the streets in Ljubljana because I was telling to him, I want to fly. I feel this is my opportunity. And he said, we don't have the money. And I said, don't drag me down. Don't drag me down. And in the end, we both bought the Quantum Leap.
Wow.
And now he's doing the money because he attended the Never Work Again, and he has 2 passive vehicle. Yes, 2 passive income. So he's making the money. And I follow Train the Trainer, and I truly agree with you that training really changed my life. And I worked for a corporate for 20 years, and now I'm preparing in a few months, like in this summer, to give up and to start teaching people about the power of their mind and the power of the intention. And I truly believe that being in Quantum Leap, having those amazing people around you, which supports you and which inspire you, you find your tribe, which is completely different. Your life is at the next level. So it really happened to both of us.
Wow.
And we traveled a lot to Ljubljana, like it's like almost 1,000 kilometers to go by car.
But you drove, eh?
Yes, and we joined twice, the MMI this year and the MMI 10 months ago in May 2018. So
you are now in Slovenia again.
Yes, we've been in Slovenia again. So I saw you on the stage, and you really inspired me a lot. That this is possible, maybe even quicker than in 4 years.
I tell you this is especially if you're a lady on this call now and you are in the training business. We always say now, men, you're in a great position too. But if you're a lady and you want to speak, you have ladies on this call, you have no idea how badly the marketplace needs you. Yes, and how badly other organizations need you. And people need you. And so we were just say you're in such a great position. I get so excited when ladies come to me and say they want to be trainers on our stages, wherever. I'm like, oh, it's so exciting for you because you've got such a great opportunity. So that's exciting, and we need more lady trainers, which is really, really great. So listen, first of all, I want to say this. What would you say to someone? Now, you couldn't, both at the time, you couldn't afford 1 Quantum Leap, let alone 2. How the heck did you find the money?
First of all,
you committed.
So it was magical, I told you. So I asked for how to say borrow from the a borrow from the company I worked, and the maximum amount they gave me, it was exactly the amount for the Quantum Leap. So
Wow.
is this kind of sign from the universe? I mean, really?
Yeah.
And then, we sold the garage we have in order to pay because my husband, follow Quantum Leap, and he's doing the money now, different kind of money, and he's enthusiastic and he works all day long. But it's that type of energy that you are not exhausted, you are happy.
No.
So we sold the garage, and I took that borrow from the company I work. The borrow is paid now, and he started to make the money. I didn't start to make the money yet, but because I didn't use the tools I received 3 weeks ago from Guerrilla Business Intensive.
Nice.
Which are, they gave us a lot of tools. You just have to apply because the system works. For me, it was a relief that I don't have to invent anything. Just get the system, get the vehicles, put your energy, and just start.
Listen, I tell you, what Karina said there is very, very important. I hope everyone understands. Now, one of my businesses turns over $7 million a year. The other one, we just started now. I mean, personally pulling out, like, it's crazy. And I tell you, nothing. Karina, what Karina said there is so true. You don't have to invent anything. You just implement and model. Nothing I've done is mine. I'm the most unoriginal businessman in the world. I just take something that's working in the marketplace and I implement it. I take something I learned at Guerrilla Business and I implement it. I take something, train the trainer, you don't even have to implement, you are better when you walk out. It's just as everything, right? So Karina, listen, I'm just going to say this. If you had to finish off by telling us what's your piece of advice to anyone that's like considering doing Quantum Leap and maybe sitting on the fence, what would you say to them?
First of all, don't listen to your analytical mind, because the year 2018 for me, I had a mantra which worked. That's why I'm here and I'm changing my life, and my husband is changing his life, and our kids are seeing this. So my mantra was, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And I followed my body and my instinct. So that's why I went. I think this could be one of the most important decisions to take in your life. I'm real. I mean, like, I work for a job 20 years. Wow. I'm 45 years old. We have 3 boys. And I'm telling you, now I'm starting to live my dream. My husband is living his dream. We are living our dream. And if this could be the only legacy to live for our boys, for our 3 boys, just find the right people, follow your dreams, follow your heart, go there. Don't stay in a job you don't like. Just live your life. I will say, take this Quantum Leap program, because they are keeping you for a whole year in this vibrant energy. You can't go back. You can't go back. So
listen, Benjamin, I think it was Benjamin Disraeli said this. He said, once the mind is exposed to a new concept or idea, it can never go back to its old dimensions.
It's true.
You can never go back, so it's wonderful. So listen, Karina, thank you so much to you and your wonderful husband. Thank you for sharing with us the areas. Wonderful to see you both, and we're really proud of you. And we know that, it takes a lot of guts. It took a lot of believing in yourself, because that's the first thing, It's easy to to reap. The money, listen, the money's never a problem. Everybody can go get the money. It's believing in yourself enough to get the money.
Yes.
Action.
Because it's scary, So the little voice, what if it doesn't work? Well, I tell you, when you make the effort, when you go borrow the money, you make it work. You don't have a choice, baby. So I always tell everyone, go out there and take the risk and go for it, because it changed my life, it changed your life. and we love and appreciate you. And we thank you so much for being so vulnerable and on sharing with us. So we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Cool. So listen, if you learned something tonight, I just want to say one more thing before we go. If you learned something tonight, give me a thumbs up. How was tonight? Did you enjoy something? Good energy? Sandra, thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up or a hands up or something in the chat. I'm glad you learned something tonight. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. It's an hour. We've done really, really amazing. Now, I've got a couple questions coming through. Some people send me private messages about how much things cost. And I always say we are the ministers of education, and then we've got a team that are ministers of finance, right? So let me just put up here so I can tell you guys. There is two wonderful people on this call that will be able to help you, and I just want to share their details with you so you've got their details. So cool. So these, I want you just to have a look at that. I'll leave it up here quick. So if you have any questions, please get hold of Renata or Katya. There it is. There, if you look at the email address, MMI Slovenia. It doesn't matter whether you're in Vienna or anything. It doesn't matter. We've just got the Slovenia team on tonight who are supporting me. So thank you so much, Katya and Renata, and everyone supporting me on this call. I think we also have some team from Germany also supporting here. So thank you so much for supporting me here tonight. And if you have any questions whatsoever, get hold of Katya or Renata. Thank you so much, Gaffer, and a whole bunch of other people. Who else is on the call? For helping me tonight, Gaffer and Renata and Katya. I'm going to come out of this. So everyone got that? MMI Slovenia, Katya and Renata, if you can just type that in the chat as well, if people can get that. Now let me just stop sharing my screen so you can all see me again. And turn off screen and that on. There we go. Good. That's it. Karina, thank you very much. Hey, it's amazing. You're still on the call. Thanks for being here. Simon, you're welcome. Please reach out to the girls if you need anything. They're amazing. They'll look after you. We love and appreciate you for being on the call. I know that if you're on this call that you want success. And I tell you this, all I'm going to say is you just believe in yourself enough to take the step. Now, remember what Karina said. She just committed to one program to start. And I love Quantum Leap, but even if it's just one program to start, that is better than doing nothing, I promise you. So any questions you have, please get hold of Renata or Katya. I am not even sure how to end this webinar, but I just want to say thank you so much for being on the webinar. Tonight, homework for everyone tonight. I want you to, before you go to bed tonight, I want you to write down 10. You can see my hands are full of pen from making notes. 10, I want you to write down 10 people, places, or things that you're grateful for tonight. Before you go to bed, 10 people, places, or things that you're grateful tonight. 10 people, places, or things that you're grateful for. Who are the people in your life that you're grateful for? What are the things that you're grateful for? What are the places you're grateful for? Was it a place you grew up? Was it a place you went on a holiday? Who are the people? Was it your mom, your dad, your parents, your family? 10 people or places or things that you're grateful for tonight. Will you do that for me? Good. Love and appreciate you all. Go have an amazing time. 10 people, places or things you're grateful for tonight. And don't forget to reach out to Renata or Katya if you need any help whatsoever. I love and appreciate you all. I'm going to say goodbye. Now, what I don't want to do is Renata or Gaffer, or if you just let me know do you want me to turn off end the call? Gaffer, if you just let me know, do you want me to end the call or do you want me to leave it on there and just delete and just leave? I just want to make sure I do the right thing here. You're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna end the webinar. Thanks everyone. Love and appreciate you all. I'll see you soon. Don't forget Katya and Renata. You get hold of them if you need anything, right? let me just go through that email address one more time. It's MMI Slovenia at srglobal.com. Love and appreciate you all. Speak to you soon. Bye.